Hello guys, welcome back to the Kingdom of Sarnor series, and as you can see, right now, we are playing as Vishruth, the King of Sath. So, if you watched the first episode of the series, you know the House Alexi was essentially kind of killed off, with Darshan dying right at the end of the episode. And so what I did is, this is the exact same date of his death. It's still normal. He died under suspicious circumstances. And basically the direct heir to him, I didn't change anything, no council commands, the direct heir was Vishruth, the King of Sath. So I decided I would play as Vishruth because there is still a member of House Alexi out there. There is Princess Lalasa, and she's a slave. And so what I'm planning to do is essentially buy her and free her. Just kind of... Well, I don't suppose it's really roleplay-wise, just because it makes sense. We shouldn't have the princess as a slave. So buy her and free her. And then I think I'll leave it up to you guys, to what you want to do, because I had a couple ideas. Essentially, it was either marry Lalasa to my grandson, like she was betrothed to do in the first place before she was taken as a slave. So marry her to Utamesh, and that would basically legitimize us as High Kings of Sarnor. Or I could go a more maybe adventurous route by giving her one province, which would... I mean, I presume I'd make Sath the capital just because it is so massive. And I might just give Sarnath to her. And we could then play as her. And I suppose try to retake Sarnor. But right now, we definitely have bigger issues with the Dothraki, and so I'm going to keep the war going as Vishruth, and I'm just going to focus on the things I said, like buying her and freeing her, because I definitely don't want her to just die out as a slave, as the last heir to the High Kingdom, the last of House Alexi. Ooh, sorry, still have the care info turned on. That's... This one, he sputters, not for sale at any price. Oh god. I need her. There is no not to sale. I need to buy her. Josh, don't you understand this? Oh boy. Let's see if this would even work. Ooh, it looks like people just don't care. He would do it. Is that it? Just this guy? Oh no, that guy and this guy. Okay, so I can get two people to join me in this plot. And I suppose I'll just work to try to free her right now. But let's raise all the men of Sath, because there are more men here. And this extra 5,500 could be what wins us this war, if we indeed do win. But for now, we'll just place as House Dalakia, and if we don't manage to free the girl, I keep forgetting her name, Lalasa, then I suppose we could play as the Dalakias, as the kind of new dynasty to assume rulership over Sarnor. But right now they're called Lord Paramounts, which is a little weird, because they are also Kings of Sath. So, I don't know, I guess we'll just see how things go. I will keep this ambush we had planned going into Dothraki lands while these men basically regroup. Do we have any fleets? Wow, our kingdom has no fleet whatsoever. So keep going the way you're going. Should be far enough away. Actually go through Asaria, because better to keep safe. High King Darshan Alexi left no blood relatives as heir to Sarnor, and so the succession is now unclear. You've been named as Lord Protector during this period of interregnum, will oversee governance of the realm until a great council is called to determine who should be crowned. Okay, fantastic. So this actually eases things a lot. We're Lord Protector. I can just crown myself where his... not even his mother. Who is this? Oh, his aunt. Mazor's sister. Forgot she was still alive. Married to a random master of Rathliar. Can be crowned, as can I. But I think for now I'll just say now is not the right time. And I'll suspend the Great Council because we are at war. Your succession as Sarnor after High King Darshan's death has triggered unrest throughout the realm. Challenges to Dothraki rule are emerging, with many peasants and other bandit outlaws causing trouble. My rule must stabilize, and I think this makes sense. Obviously, we're proud and envious, and I think he would probably try to claim the throne for himself. But, I don't think he's just going to outright crown himself, right, in a time of war, and, potentially cause a split among the people, would he? He's a little paranoid, and he's a good diplomat, so I think he knows the time to do this, right, to take the throne. That's how I'm going to justify it. King Asaris, yes, can be on my council, and an advisor role for the King of Umber. Finally, we need some bodyguards, as they obviously did nothing to protect the former king. Arthurvan, you seem decent. Tarakesh, and I will also put Tanisha. Master of Hunt to the King of Saris. Finally, a court tutor. My son, Nyan, can fill that role. Do we have any commanders here to replace any of these guys? It looks like we do not. Nyan isn't a good commander, so we won't put him. There's a successor nomination, it would appear, now for Sarnor, and I will nominate just myself. If I can do that. Can I not? Ooh. I suppose this is for my heir. It's an elective title right now, probably because there is no clear successor. So I can't even name my son. Has to be one of the lords. Makes sense, I guess. Not gonna mess around with that. Just a seer. Who's the guy I needed to steal from? He's on my council. It was you, Jash. Yes, Jash. Where are you? Master of Sath. Oh, you are a bother, aren't you? Plot to kidnap her might just be more successful outright. I'm trying to rescue her from captivity. Plot power increase in Sath. Serve the court, and suppose you can improve relations with the King of Saris. And we could have a couple of extra men, but for now I won't bother. Ooh, we've lost some men as well, it would seem. Probably the personal levies. No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like we just lost men from our vassals. And so those extra men aren't going to be too many more. We're going to have around 13,000, whereas before we had 10,000. So it's still an improvement. Still good, of course. Palash, the Lord of Kasher, can lead the men. Who's our Master at Arms? Chief General. Oh, it's Palash himself. We do not have good generals. King of Rathliar, lead a flank. And finally, Lokesh will probably lead the other one, because he is unyielding, which is very nice for defensive battles, and I expect we'll be fighting a defensive battle. Of course, he'll be of no use right now, but we'll take things as we go. Siege of Mardosh tribe was defeat. One of the slaves in your camps has distinguished herself. You believe that she might have potential as a domestic slave. Should you bring her into your personal household? Tanisha. Let's do it. Her talents could be useful here. She seems fairly good. I haven't really checked my family, so I have Nyan, who's 35, who I should probably get married at this point. Ooh, the sister of the King of Saris. That's a very nice marriage for my son. And my daughter Ashna is married to the High Chief of Mardosh, his brother. My sister's 50, Tanisha. She's just not going to get married, I suppose. 22k. It looks like they're now going for Sath, I presume. But they're going to lose attrition, which is exactly what I want, really. It is everyone's concern. I need more gold. My courtier Lokesh Visari has expressed a desire to get married. Marry as you please, Treya. Good. I've been given some gold for the marriage, which is nice. So, we've outright won the battle. Krako's army. Loso's army. Are we fighting Loso? I believe so, yes. But we're not fighting Krako, so who is this guy? Is he fighting a separate war? No, he's also raising his men, it would appear. Either to raid us or to join in the war efforts. But still, I think we're going to go with the same strategy. We're going to assault this. quickly attack Krako's men. Oh! They've gone right for him! And there's not much I can do about that. 15th. I can be very gamey and just disband them, send them back home to Sath. Right now it's save them, or I can have them destroyed. I mean, I don't like to basically cheese the game, as it were, and do something like that. I think it really takes away from the game if I let these men just disband, respawn here, and just kind of try and walk them around again. So I guess they'll just have to defend as best they can. I will move Lokesh here because he's unyielding, and we'll add any commander here of use? Atharvan. Okay, so that's a little cheesy because he was over here, but I think that's fine, right? I mean, we're just moving a commander over. Keep him running to the closest place, but he should be met unless there's a major stall there, which is really bad. The world is a dangerous place and devious plots are everywhere. Rumors have reached that people are conspiring to kill your wife, Atreya. This is worrying, of course. And now let's have a look at intrigue, because there's a rumor, and there's no known plots. Very bad. No one who would immediately join me for this plot. My son Nayan doesn't like the princess, it would appear. My lord, an enemy host approaches, intent on encircling the castle. What shall we do? Oh, it's these guys. Castle is impregnable. We will be safest here. I mean, it's not, but it's because I want to move the capital over here, and apparently I can't. So we might be captured. That's not good. In fact, let's move Vishruth over here to lead some of the men so that he won't be in the capital. But you can see how much land we've lost already. There's our men getting decimated in the Battle of Rathligar. All of them died. Not a single one survived. To the Khalasars and the Dothraki are just too strong. Looks like we're gonna lose. Received a letter from King Manisho. It's a very quick and concise message inquiring about my good health with a comment about the possibility of the two of us keeping more in contact with each other. Very nice of him. Yeah, very nice. Not really what I'm worried about right now, but very nice. Good for him. Thank you. Looks like they're going to Sath to just kind of completely end this war. I will still do what I can, but I think at this point it's over. Unless he stopped leading his Khalasar and I could take his capital and somehow capture him, right? Which I'm still planning on going to his capital, but first let's retake some of this land to slow things down a bit. It's not quite going to Sath yet, but he's going to High Athosh. Hopefully he'll lose men in the siege. I don't have a lot of hope for that, though. So there's the palace with 1,000 doors, falling. They haven't captured any of my children, nor my grandchild. Good. That's good news. Retaken all of Barkarth, and we will just attack Kaldosa's armies. We have more men training up in Sath now, which is nice. Hopefully they'll get, I don't know, like 2,000 before they can join us. Because if they're just 30, it really doesn't matter. So here's Kaldosa himself. If we could capture him, it might do something. Oh, he's actually not the leader. Who's the leader of this war? Kalharo. What? Where are you? Why are you the leader? You weren't the leader. He wasn't the leader, right? They're pressing Loso's claims, so if I captured Loso, I could finish the war. Mission to improve your good name has been a success. Okay. At least defeating him in battle will shame him amongst the Dothraki or something, right? He has been able to flee. He does have gout, so maybe he can die of sickness before the war's over. I don't know. Big victory for us in the Battle of Fath, but it really does very little to improve our battle score there, because the Battle of Rathligar was devastating. Absolutely devastating. So we'll retake this province, and we'll go to the capital of Loso's Khalasar, and we'll assault it. And hopefully capture someone of worth. If not Loso, then one of his kids or something. But right now, if I were to surrender, what would I give up? New Lord Paramount, so he would take the High Kingdom. But it looks like I would be able to maintain Sath. And that might be where the playthrough might have to keep going if we lose this. Why are you going over the... Just go like this. Yeah. Might be a little slower, but it would keep us safer from these troops, who have not lost a single man in this siege. They don't have any attrition in High Athos, and the 4,000 men in the garrison weren't able to take any of them with them. I mean, it's just a perfect siege from the Dothraki Khalasars, which supposedly can't, you know, they can't siege. That's the idea against the Khalasars. You just hide behind stone walls and they run around rampaging and destroying your lands. But apparently they can siege pretty well, because this is a castle. And they have taken it. Ooh, there's Loso, and he's going to get away and be able to join up with the major horde. Still keep going where I'm going. This campaign has been proof that King Harihar of Rathliar is a good person to spend time with, so he's become a close friend. That's good. No. What do you mean, no? You said yes. No, you're my friend. We just became friends. I'm not gonna let that friendship break up immediately, right? Seems a little improper to do that. Your enemy Kalhara has been imprisoned in Reich Lame by Kozatho. What does this mean? If he kills him, would the war be over? Or would it just continue with his heir? Don't know, but the fact that he's been captured is very nice, definitely. Just keeping an eye here on the bottom right corner and seeing if he gets killed. But the war with the Miranese, I believe it's... No, it's with Lazosh and between themselves. They are completely ignoring any other wars they might have. Yeah, they lost that. Oh, it did it! We won inconclusively. The only kind of victory that we could have expected. It appears... Oh, it wasn't even Haro. It appears Kaloso the Lame, who had the claim, died from his gout after all. His son Moscow has inherited, but we have withstood the might of the Dothraki. And so for now, Sarnor remains a powerful kingdom, remains independent. But there's a lot of stuff to get done here, right? We still need to retake the whole High Kingdom, so we still have to push back against the Khalasars. And first and foremost, we have to call that Great Council. Of course, it looked like to me the only person who could be called would be the sister of the Alexei line. So I don't know how that's going to be. She apparently has no rights, probably because she's a slave, you'd imagine. Right? People aren't as stoked on me as I thought they would be. The interregnum of Sarnor continues, with you ruling as Lord Protector. Lords and nobles of the realm expect the Great Council to determine the heir to be held soon. Yes, the Great Council must be held immediately. I shall crown myself. Change tyranny by 25. I'll hold the Great Council. Word is spread about the Great Council to be held in Sarnath. And all those who with claim to Sarnor have made their case to the Council. The leading candidates shall be considered when all have arrived. Hope it will be peaceful, so it appears that Mistress Iksha Alexei, so the sister to King Mazor, is being considered. He was castrated. Was this in battle? I believe so. Lord Protector Vishruth, so Vishruth himself is a candidate. King Lakshan Devan, the King of Umber, is being considered as one of the more so it seems they're taking the only person with a legitimate claim. And then just powerful kings, it appear, Lakshan and Stath. And the Master Chitresh of Hornoth, for whatever reason, is being considered as well. A minor master, but I guess because he holds a province right next to Sarnath? He really has no reason being nominated, and I can't imagine him winning. Lakshan's going to be a threat to our claim. I do think we are the more powerful kings, so we might have more support that way. And she's the only one with an actual claim, but I don't know how strong it will be. Hope it will be peaceful, though. Definitely. The Dothraki Horselord Dako has launched a raid on our lands, but if it's plunder they seek, perhaps we can try and placate them with a tribute. No. No, no, no. We're not giving any of these Dothraki scum a tribute. We're going to attack them while our armies are still up. All the lords and nobles have arrived in Sarnath for the Great Council. The leading candidates for the throne of Sarnor have read their say and have been discussed at length. Now all those present will choose their sides. Firstly, what I want to do is just send him back to Sarnath for the Great Council. I think that makes sense. So I could say I should be crowned and vote for myself. The back Mistress Iksha, back Lakshan, or back Chitresh. I'm going to vote for myself. I think that makes sense, right? I don't think Vishruth's going to vote for anyone else. Doesn't mean I'm still not going with the plan I discussed earlier, though. Great Council of Nobles of Sarnor is concluded, and you have been backed as heir to the kingdom. You are promptly crowned in the palace with 1,000 doors as throne room before all those assembled. Promise to rule justly. So it seems I got 11 votes. Iksha got 4. Lakshan got 3, and Chitresh actually got 3. So I've been named High King of Sarnath. Of Sarnor, sorry. Oh, no, no, no. And that makes it interesting because now, by all kind of legalities, I am the king, right? So again, I'll leave this to you guys in the comment section. Now that we have been backed as Great Council, should we marry my grandson to the slave girl? You know, the last living person of House Alexei. Not really, but of the main line, I suppose. And use that as kind of just to further justify our claim? Or should I just give her a title and swap over to her and continue the series as House Alexei, rather than as House Dolakia, right? So that's basically the options. I can go to continue as Vishruth, give her a title eventually, and play as her and try to retake the High Kingdom, all those things. Or I can play as Vishruth and just solidify her claim by marrying her into the family. Either way, I don't want her to die out as a slave, but it's really up to you guys. I don't have much preference either way, so let's keep going. Righteous imprisonments are allowed. Set the crown focus in Sarnath, which appears to be the capital. It is not very strong, though. So Sath could be made the new capital. In fact, I will make it the new capital. Make that the crown focus. Sarnath is kind of like the traditional capital, I suppose. Right? It's like where all the councils are held and whatnot, but Sath is where the Kingdom of Sarnor is ruled from. Alright? I mean, it's a massive port city, great garrison, great levy. It just makes much more sense for that to be the capital. Council is discontent. I'm sorry they are that way. I can negotiate with Dako. I will not do that. And vassal levies. Okay, so there's nothing really here. Oh, she's pregnant already. Yaswitha. And she's also an adulteress. With Atharvan, who is a rivals with my son. Okay. Oh, Atharvan, why would you do this? Why would you be as stupid as to do this? Don't understand. Really don't get it. Can I get you to the plot, actually? I guess that's for my son to deal with, but it looks like he's gonna have a bastard kid from his wife that's not his. He's been completely cucked, and I just have to watch, because I apparently don't have reason to imprison neither her nor him. So, sucks for you. Siege of Vikings Hills tribe. Ooh, they've taken that. We'll destroy the Dothraki though when I get there. But they have raided King's Hills. I'll have a look at the Dothraki in a little while once we're done destroying these raiders, because I want to see the state of the Khalasars right now. Travelers bring rumor of fire and blood. They say that Meraxes has been slain by Daemon Valerion. What has gone on there? Daemon the Dragon Slayer. Meraxes is dead, and you still have Valerion and Vhagar. But Vhagar is in Claw Isle with a young Visenya, who is 5 years old, already a Dragon Rider at 5, and has been married to Alton Celtigar. That's very interesting. Aegon, there's no Rhaenys. Aegon is still the heir and still rides Balerion, it would appear. So Aerion actually has no dragon. I presume he had Meraxes? Yeah, he had Meraxes. Now he has no dragon. He is remarried to a Gorgosi? Gorgosi? I don't know how you say that. I can't, my brain can't pronounce that. So brave, I guess. If I not made you a character of interest, I should have. I absolutely should have, because I really do want to know what is going on here with the independent kingdoms in Westeros while we're dealing with Essos. Oh, come on. There we go. So it looks like the Stormlands are just fighting a rebellion. They did have a war with the Reach over Faring Cross. It was won by Garths of the Reach. So it appears the Kingdom of the Stormlands, Faring Cross is de jure of their land, as is Bran Certain. They were trying to retake Faring Cross from the Reach, and King Gardner was able to keep it. So already those wars just for small territorial possessions going on. Meanwhile, there's a rebellion with the Valerians, who don't have dragons, but now the Targaryens don't either, because his kids can't command. They're the only dragon riders left. So we have won and smashed the Dothraki back. So let's have a look at some of the major Dothrakis right now, but for... no, just train troops in Sath. That should be fine, right? No, there's some more people who will... you will help me free him from you. Just sell her to me, man. Why do you have to be so difficult? God. You kidding me? I gave you the money. Oh, I did not. Who did I give money to? Did I give you money? I gave her money. Why? Why did I do that? Why did I give her money? Oh my. That's my fault. It's very stupid. But let's have a look at the Khalasars right now, because they seem to be a mess after their unified war against Sarnor. Cal Moscow has taken over for Losso. Ooh. And Edwin Stark has hanged someone. He is a decent fighter, but he's considered a weak Cal, apparently, probably because of... doesn't have enough prestige. Or martial. Yeah, he needs to have either 10 martial, be skilled, or formidable. He doesn't have any of those, and he doesn't have 0 prestige. So he's a weak Cal. He does have some military power, 7,000 from his horde. King Manish has been very insistent about spending some time with me recently. He hopes that we will be on better terms if only we take a few days to know each other better. Sounds like a marvelous idea. King Manish has prepared a grandiose welcoming parade for my arrival. The King of Hornoth greets me in person as soon as I cross the gates of his keep, asking me if I had a good travel. How nice to meet you, King Manish. He still has quite a strong following and controls just kind of these two lands. Then there's Cal Kazatho? Yeah, Cal Kazatho in between him with about 2,000. He is a strong Cal, though. A good fighter, good martial, all that. Manish hosted me for nearly a week. entertaining me with stories about his recent deeds and organizing a few luxurious feasts in my honor. I undoubtedly felt welcomed by my host's attitude. This was surely an interesting experience. Then there is Daco, appears to be one of the major ones. Khal Daco, the Dragon of the North. What a cool nickname. He is considered a weak Khal. He was defeated in battle recently. His prestige is very much down. He is a weak Khal. Why? Have 10 martial. He has that. Oh, he must have all of these. Okay, yeah, and he doesn't have 0 prestige because he lost it. Son was born to Prince Nayan of Sarnor and Yaswitha named Ekvir. Of course, we know it's not his, and it's stillborn. Good. The bastard. The bastard has died. That's good. I mean, not really, but it's kind of terrible to say, but, you know what I mean. Utamesh is good in stewardship. What do I think? Pride is something I might want to teach him. Being proud and envious, especially as we've only now taken the throne, and also it is being groomed for rulership by counselors and noblemen. So that seems very much like what we'd put him through. Daco, the Dragon of the North. He has a lot of sons. Ogo, set to inherit, supposedly. He's not a great fighter. He has quite the following as well, though. 6,500. Then there's Kalkano over here near the mountains. Kano of Kano. He is a weak Khal, probably because he has gonorrhea, I'd assume. Peasant Revolt in Vulture's Roost. Is this the first Vulture King, then? Maybe. Could be. I suppose. Kalkano. We call a couple of men on him. Zako. 1,000 men on him. His father was Zako the First, who died in battle against us, right? Killed by Yazak. Oh no, that's against the Miranese. Zako the Second, he has a rash, a headache, and is defeated in battle, so he's a very weak Khal. And finally call Romo would appear, over here, who is also weak Khal because of his low prestige. Tyrannical Stain will not be helping him with that. I don't know what's happened to the Khalasars. They have just completely destroyed themselves after losing the war with me. Like I'm trying to get the Khalasar. Kingdom of Dothraki, was this what they had? Horo of the Dothraki Sea, slain by Zako the First. In personal combat. Moro, son of Mango. We didn't have to deal with either of you, right? 7951, that's too long ago. No. I think it was just a coalition of Khals, but it seems after losing to us, they've completely destroyed themselves. He's coming in for another swipe at my lands, it would appear. Gather the men. Wow, we don't have too many men to gather at all. Why is that? Oh, come on. Immediately, let's get this. I mean, we have to just immediately get that limited realm authority, at least, to get some military power out of these men, because right now we're not getting anything. For some time now, my daughter Princess Ashna has been complaining about her painful joints. Apparently they frequently swell up, becoming hot and aching for several hours, so she has caught gout. Call for a physician. So a little gout epidemic going on here. She's had a daughter as well, Ruthvika, my new granddaughter. Very nice. Granddaughter of the line of the Chief of Mardosh. Who is our friend, right? Is it you? No, the other guy is. Put you down because we are not gathering any men whatsoever, and it looks like Daco's Khalasar is gonna completely rampage us. Oh, come on, guys, vote quickly. There you go. Will this give me some more men? How do I have less men? Oh, I think they just got mad because of that, and now I have less men. Wow. That is shocking to me. But, all that said, I'm going to end this episode here. If you guys want to just answer some of the questions I gave you in the comment section, that'd be swell, you know, about where we should lead this series forwards with. Sorry, I'm just completely off my game today. Don't know what I'm saying. But if you want us to play as Lalassa, essentially, and give her a title, do let me know. If not, if you would rather just play as House Dolakia, then that would also be cool. That'd be fine. And yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, do like and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.